Live and direct. It's Sway in the morning.
Right here on Shade 45.
The thing about Pusha T's album, I'm a fan of it.
How many niggas you know snitching? You ain't kill, nigga.
Go with it, man. Don't stop.
I'm just,
I mean, just came out.
saying.
Like, do you just, just in the middle of the day, you could be having a conversation with a cousin or something, and all of a sudden you just break out in lyrics?
Nah, man. You know, the process, man. It usually starts with the beat. It usually starts with the beat, and just, me listen continuously to it, whether I'm, driving, whether I got it on while I'm in the shower, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where it comes from. That's where it starts.
What's the longest time it ever took you to write a song then? Because I work in that same process. What's the longest time it ever took you?
Man, 40 Acres was a tough one. Like 40 Acres was a write it, rip it up, and then find the pieces, put it back together, and be like, nah, it's not all bad. I just gotta push this here. And it took a bit. It took a minute.
I'm glad to hear you say that rather than people, I don't never write.
Oh no! Listen, I can't. I don't even understand that. Like, I gotta see like lines. I gotta see alphabets, lines, pad and pen. I can't do no BlackBerry rapping. I mean, writing or any of that. Like I don't even
know how people.
I'm stuck.
Yeah,
I'm stuck, man.
Bumpy Knuckles always said this to me. He said it's good. For those that don't know, that's Freddie Fox. He said it's good to have your shit written somewhere because when you die and move on, your shit is documented, as relics of what you did to put down history and music and your culture.
I like that.
Only whatchamacallit I do without pen and pad is maybe try to find a melody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll
demonstrate, like what you'll go, like if somebody,
just humming to the beat and try to find.
Like,
that's internal.
Listen to this. What would you do? How would you do this?
When the like it just
that's internal. That's soul.
Then you just.
I was about to do one.
Then if you feel that, if you feel it or whatever, then you try to put the pieces in, and then that's when the writing starts.
And then you put the words in. We should try it. Primo, let's see Primo try it. Go.
Okay, I'm a DJ, but that's why I'm not rapping. That's why I'm gonna stick with beats. I'm gonna
have Tracy do it. We know how to
stick with beats.
Lord, okay, let me see.
Oh snap! Okay, that's a whack. That's a whack record.
Respect my simplicity, Sway.
Go ahead, Tracy.
Anyways, Pusha, I'm always telling Sway how I'm a really big fan of yours. It's been like that for a long minute. I put a lot of my girls onto you, all the way back into the clips. So when I was listening to this album, I was looking forward to it, and I had to have my ears locked and loaded because I can't miss anything.
Right.
So with that said, there were a couple things that made my heart cringe just a little bit.
I know.
One of them was, might have to headbutt your Evelyn.
I know.
Another one was, I'll probably never pull your chair out, bitch.
Yeah.
Pusha, do you love us still?
Totally. Totally. I was in the 40 Acres record. It goes unpolished, unapologetic. Might have broke a heart or two, but gave an honest effort. My nonchalant attitude is always effort. 35 years of marriage and my mama left it. So you shouldn't question if you ever stood a chance with them. The better question is, did you enjoy the dance with them? Yeah. I probably never pull your chair out. Bitch, you know this money grew your hair out. Switch. All that shit I bought you wear out. Rich. And I'm the only one I care about. Sometimes, man.
Love that. Okay, you know what? People are not appreciating the fact that you can remember. First of all, lyrically, it's crazy. But do you go over your lyrics every day? Like KRS-One used to say, study your lyrics every day, so at the drop of a moment you can remember. Do you do that? How do you remember this?
Nah, but you know it because I say it so much and I mean it so much when you're writing it. That that hinders the writing process because you keep reciting the 4 bars that you love, and it's hard to get into 5 through 8.
Right.
So sometimes you gotta leave that alone and stop saying it.
Yep.
But you say it so much. I say it so much that I remember it in the process.
Okay.
But to the ladies, yes, I love the ladies totally.
Hold up,
You know this money grew your hair out.
Yeah, that's true. I can attest to that. That's cool.
But you know, it's I was actually speaking to the, you know, just to the, you know, the letting people know my thought process and my mentality. It wasn't really about the bitch lines. It was about, you know, 35 years of marriage and my mom, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. My parents split after 35 years,
right?
You know, which is, you know, I never thought that I would be, you know, at my age, and that even bothered me. And I realized, you know, this late in life, like, oh, wait a minute, that does have an effect on, you know, my selfishness as a man and how I act, you know, in regards to, you know, having an argument with my girlfriend and so on and so forth. Like, you know, it's easy to say to hell with it, because when I think about it, and I think about, you know, I was raised with I had both mine home. Let's keep it real, niggas. Yeah. I had both mine at home too. So, you know what I'm saying? Even I'm out the house area. I'm chilling. I'm, you know, my own place. You know, they argue with me about coming over, you know, more. And still, I realized, like, damn, this is probably why I'm, you know,
screwed up.
Yeah, a little bit off. I didn't know you could be off behind things like that. I didn't know it.
I got you.
Now, let me ask you this: how did you justify to your parents, I got caught selling drugs?
Oh man, you know what? I didn't like this is sort of what happened. Like me just being young. I'm 5 years younger than my brother, and my brother, our first record was a song called "I Got Caught Dealing" at the age of 15. Now, it was based on the fact that, you know, when my brother was in high school, he you know, there was like this episode on the news stations, and it had like all the 7 bad areas of Virginia Beach, whatever. And, you know, they were taking the camera out there, and they would show everybody, you know what I'm saying? They would show just the open air drug market just going on. The kids were unruly and belligerent. So at the end of the day, they went out to the neighborhood that was close to where our neighborhood was. And, you know, the kids were, you know, throwing rocks at the cameras and all that. And lo and behold, you know, somebody gets spotted on TV in the neighborhood. So, you know, my parents drove out there and actually saw my brother, you know, on another day. Yeah. They was like, you know, they drove out there and they see him. You know what I'm saying? He's out there, he got on his hood, he walking back and forth. And they're like, what in the hell is going on out here? You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, he comes home and they're like, look, you know, you're gonna do all this, you're gonna get up out of here, this and that. And, you know, that's what it was. My brother stepped out early. And you know, he's been like the head of a household for years. You know what I'm saying, on his own. Then, you know, as I got older, you know what I'm saying, I just ventured off into that world. And one time, somebody had owed me some money. And, you know, we got into a scuffle. Me and the person got into a scuffle. Me and a couple guys got into a scuffle. And the guy came back and shot in front of my parents' home. So, you know, with that being said, you know, the police were called by neighbors and so on and so forth, because there was a fight that was in front. There was a line of cars in front of my house. It was a fight. He comes back, he shoots. And, you know, my mother wasn't home. So when she came home and she hears about all this, she's like, wait a minute. What you mean somebody owe you money? You know, it was very, very disappointing. Yeah. Very disappointing. And like, into my dad, like, you know what I'm saying? My dad from Tennessee. Like, he's from Chattanooga, Tennessee, like hard working, like, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very honorable man. You know what I'm saying? So he was blown away. Right. Blown away. And, you know, it was one of them things where I was like, man, I can't ever make them feel like that again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And even you know, going forward, that was always just my main concern, because, you know, my mother's from Norfolk, you know, lived in New York, and that's where we were born at. My dad's from Tennessee. My mother's side of the family, you know what I'm saying, it's a different side, you know, the Bronx and Norfolk, you know, it's different over there than what was going on down south and my dad's side. So it just you know, I didn't like the fact that I totally threw him off, because my dad was never like into like any of anything like that ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're listening to Sway in the morning on Shea 45.